Hi everyone, I'm Malcolm from A1 Australia, PT, IELTS and NATI coaching. Today I'm going to cover one of the most important tasks of PTE, which is repeat sentence. Repeat sentence roughly contributes about 20 to 22 points to your speaking score and about somewhat equal score to listening as well. So if you're looking for a high score like 65 each or 79 each in your PTE exam, then you must not take the task of repeat sentence lightly. It's one of the most important tasks. Now, what happens in this task is you get about 10 to 12 sentences on average in the exam. You have to listen to the sentence and then you have to repeat it exactly in the same way as you hear it or you listen to it. So it's an integrated task and that's why it gives you marks both in speaking and listening. Now remember this and save this video. You might want to watch it before your real exam. Whenever a task is integrated, it's always the second component, which is listening in this case, because speaking is the actual module. So listening is the integrated task. So it's always a second integrated task which has more weight. Means this task is supremely important for your listening. The way you speak means how fluently you speak will give you marks to your speaking, and your content, which means how correctly you pronounce the words and in the correct sequence, that will give you marks for your listening. For content, the strategy and the scoring is like this. If 50% or less of your answer is correct, you get 1 out of 3 points for content. If your answer is between 50 to 100%, you get 2 out of 3. And if it's 100% correct, you get 3 out of 3. And the other two parameters which contribute to your speaking score are fluency, which means how smoothly you recreate the sentence, and pronunciation means how clearly you speak the sentence. Now, firstly, I will tell you the correct approach, how to practice this task and from where to practice this task. The best resource is our own free website, which is called mockmaster.ai. It's a completely free PTE portal with unlimited, and when we say unlimited, it is actually unlimited AI scoring, which will give you a very good idea about your content score in the real exam as well if you practice on our AI-based portal. Now, the correct approach is an approach called bulk practice. What it means is, if you're going to practice this task only for 10 minutes, still you can achieve mastery in this task with repetitive practice. Now, what you need to do in those 10 minutes is listen to the sentence, try to understand the sentence in parts, and then repeat the sentence in the same sequence. Now, obviously, when you start doing this task, when you're doing it for the first time, you might struggle. It's not a very easy task because some sentences are lengthy, like 14 or 15 words. So it's not a very easy task for everyone. And on an average in the exam, few tasks will be lengthy, like few sentences will be more than 10 words. Few sentences are pretty easy, about 8 to 10 words. Now your aim is, in the easy sentences, try to have at least 80 to 100% accuracy. Small words like in, on, off, for, they don't matter. But major words, which are academic words, they do matter and carry great value in the content score for listening. Now, if you forget any part of the sentence or any one word in the sentence, don't let the remaining sentence get affected because of what you have forgotten. It's very important to be very focused. So, try to mimic the forgotten word with the sound of that word. For example, I'm giving a very simple example, okay? Procrastination is something which delays our results. Now let's say you're not sure with the first word properly, but you know something like nation. The word sound nation is there in the word, right? So what you can do is like this. Procrastination is something which delays our results. So what did I do? I didn't say the word procrastination, but what I did was I just made that sound, procrastination. So that way the software still tries to convert your speech into text and might still give you partial points. If you skip that word completely, your word limit which you have spoken will not match with the actual sentence, right? So your audio will be shorter than the actual audio, and hence you will get a very reduced score in listening, and also it could affect your speaking. Hence, I'm suggesting this technique of mimicking. Very effective. You can easily try to do that in 2 to 3 sentences which are very lengthy, and still you'll be surprised that your speaking score will be a full score, and even in listening you'll get pretty good marks by following this technique. The second approach is always remember that the first half of the sentence is very important. Means the first 6 to 7 words, naturally as well your brain will try to remember, and you must also try your best to remember in the correct sequence. So if you forget the second half of the sentence, what you can do is, there is an instruction written on the top. Please repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. So whatever sentence you've forgotten, replace that part of your answer with that sentence. Please repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. For example, let's say there is a very lengthy sentence like this. I know the solution to this problem, but I will not help you. So now let's say you've forgotten the last part. So you can repeat like this. I know the solution to this problem. Please repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. Next. This is how you can still speak for a longer duration and you can get a good score in fluency, which will in effect give you a full score in speaking. Content, definitely you will still get 2 out of 3 because 50% or more of your answer, if it's correct, you still get 2 out of 3 in content. Hence, this is a very effective strategy in lengthy sentences. Very effective. Another tip which I have is always practice in a noisy environment, because in the real exam it will be very noisy. And when you do bulk practice, do at least 30 to 40 sentences non-stop without checking the answers in approximately 10 minutes. That way the brain gets used to that process, because in the real exam, you will not be able to check your answers. So why not practice in the same way? It will be difficult in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it will be very, very effective. As I said, keep some disturbance on in the background. Keep YouTube on or some boring documentary or some TV or something on in the background so that your brain recreates that same ambience. Also, always wear a mic with a headset when you with a headset with a mic when you practice at home. That way you will be recreating the similar experience which you get in the real exam test center. These are some of my tips for repeat sentence. If you're not using mockmaster.ai, create a free account today. You can also use the web version of our website on your phone in any browser, preferably Google Chrome, and that way you can practice on the go. It's totally free. One mock test is free as well. If you're looking for similar strategies, make sure you save this video, make sure you follow us. And if you're looking for classes for PT, IELTS or NAATI, whether online or face-to-face in Melbourne, you can visit our website oneaustraliagroup.com. Make sure to like and share the video. I'm Malcolm. Thanks for viewing.